Hey y'all, it's just Rhonda. We just here to get into this review of Love and Marriage Huntsville, season 6, episode 27. Lord, they said we got 32 episodes. That means that there's 5 more of these. Anyway, like the video, subscribe to my channel, and let's talk about this thing because we here and they here, and that's what we came to do. So we have this scene where Kimmy and Maurice are in their office space. These Scots sure like to stand up in a construction site. At least theirs is over here getting finished. I'm gonna say that, and it sounds like a good idea. Like they got this space. Kimmy says she did her part. She rented out all the spaces. That seems to be the important part. So Kimmy did. I mean, obviously we need the building, but she got them spots filled, so the rent will be paid as soon as Micah over here gets done with the construction. And she's complaining that construction's not done. Well, I would say that's because y'all hired the brother who never has construction done on time. Like we did say that, right? So, Kimmy, you should have known that construction wasn't gonna be done because Micah don't ever get it done on time. Here we are, your shit's not done, and now you and Maurice are gonna sit here and have a fake conversation about how you wanted a microwave room. Is that the construction people's job? Are they supposed to get you a microwave room? I thought they were supposed to like get the thing up and you know what I'm saying, and built, framed out for you and everything, painted down, put the flooring, the foundation, and then you come in with your microwave. Maybe it's in her confessional doing that squeaky voice. I thought I was gonna have a husband who was handy and does things, but now I'm finding out that's not what I got. It took you this long to find out. I don't even know why she's saying that because we ain't never seen Maurice work before. We see Maurice sit at a desk and do that thing with his eyebrow because he's so smarter than everybody else. He has these random conversations with people behind a desk. We've seen him pretend to shoot a basketball with Monster. And we've seen him and his brother both stand in front of construction sites while they take a picture holding a shovel. That we've seen, but I've never actually seen him like use the shovel. You know what I'm saying? Nor Marceau. And Lord knows we ain't seen Martell do nothing. We've seen Martell wear tight pants and t-shirts and walk around over there on Fred's construction site and get his eyes done because they're all puffy. So he has to get like, his face together. Because the pretty is what he's working with, and you gotta keep the pretty working. He can't do it with the puffy eyes, but this ain't about Martell. This is about Maurice and Kimmy over here pretending to, I don't know what they're doing, child. I will say, I think it's a real thing. They do have an office building. I think that's a great investment, especially if all of the offices are rented out. That's a beautiful thing. They over there moving and grooving. I don't know what Tisha and Marceau is over here doing, but it seems like, and contractors have to have, usually, unless you have, and I haven't had this experience yet, and it terrifies me, but unless you have a very good contractor, everybody that's getting work done is always complaining about that. And I guess it's like whoever got the money moving is get the job done first. You know what I'm saying? Unless you're lucky enough to have somebody that's reliable. But I don't think that's a strange complaint. People complain about that all the time. So if y'all are up and running, Kimmy, go buy your own microwave. And we know Maurice ain't handy. We know Maurice ain't really good for a whole lot. That's why we not care for him anymore. And you can stop trying to convince us. I don't know anybody out there. Maybe there's somebody, but nobody over here likes Maurice even just a little bit. All 3 of them niggas go all the way in the ain't shit nigga box. Congratulations, you're a Scot. Now we'll talk about that in a minute. Her name, her last name. Anyway, she's over here giggling. Me and Tisha want to get a vaginal steam. What? His response was pretty much my response. Y'all can stop with that vaginal steam shit all over there at the public place. It sounds really gross. I'm somebody who works in an industry where sanitation is super important. So I'm not finna sit my happy ass down on somebody's toilet, whatever that thing, teapot thing is, in gowns and robes that other people have worn and steam my tush and my cooch. That's not my thing. They're selling it. I don't know how much it costs to get your vag steamed. Feel like that's an at-home project if you feel like you need. See, I like a steamy shower, so I don't need to know why I need to be paying to go sit on somebody's toilet. Anyway, what irritates me about this conversation, because as much as I agree with him that that's stupid, and she over there talking about the lady even gave me something for my libido. Well, why does she say that? Because now Maurice wants to educate Kimmy on the functions of a vagina, because he knows how it works probably far better than most of us, since he stay up in one all the damn time, or at least that's his mission. Now, ain't that a class you want to take? Maurice going to educate us on the inner workings of a female body genitals. Anyway, ciao. She tells him about Tisha and the pregnancy test. He also thinks that's stupid. This is the thing about that. Tisha is playing. And I personally believe that Marceau is in on, the game. I don't think she comes up with these things on her own. Anything she decides to do, she's going to have to run it past him first. And there's no way that Tisha is going to come on this television show without first asking Marceau's permission of what the storyline is supposed to be. This is something they discuss, because nothing that they do is real. And the real shit, you can tell when it's real shit because she gets up in her feelings and has a whole attitude. And then he starts doing all that double talking shit that he does to like throw the people off, which is most of the time. But anyway, Marceau's in on it. That's how I feel. So Tisha taking this pregnancy test is not something that's shocking to him. Is the narrative supposed to be, are we supposed to think that Tisha's out here cheating? Because nobody thinks that. Nobody thinks that. I think if he doesn't know that Tisha's out here playing, and if that's her game, I guess, but I don't know anybody who wants their husband to suspect them of cheating. But wouldn't it be nice if some of the cheating rumors like swung over to Tisha and off of him? We ain't buying it. We don't want it. We don't think she's pregnant. We don't think that this is like something that he didn't already know about. And if y'all didn't think that, that's what I think. I think he wrote the script for this one. And yeah. Maurice is like, child, that sounds crazy, because it does. And he's probably not in on it because they compete with each other. So who has the better storyline? Tisha's getting pregnant or Kimmy's libido? They're both stupid. But anyway. They start talking about how Tisha has so much going on and how stressed out she is. And that's why, she took the pregnancy test. It came back negative, but Tisha expressed, how worn out and toe down and exhausted she is with her whole life. Maurice has a suggestion. Maurice says she need to go to Africa by herself. I agree. Don't get pregnant. That's not to be worried about. Maybe she should. I don't know. I don't think more kids is what Tisha needs in her life. We're good on that. Don't get pregnant. Stormy meets up with Tisha. Stormy thinks she's the friend whisperer. Like, she did such a great job connecting Tiffany and Kiki that she's going to come over here and fix this situation with Kiki and Tisha. I don't know why she thinks that she has the power to do that, because, she talking about they got issues in her family. Right. We watched your mama cuss your auntie out while she was walking down the driveway at the at the estate. Anyway, so Tisha's in here standing in a construction zone with some 4-inch heels on. And are those the new leather chairs? I mean, if we're at construction, it shouldn't be old furniture. She wouldn't have old furniture in a new office. So why are the leather chairs in there and the drywall ain't up? The chairs are getting dusty and nasty before the office even open. The drywall is not even up. Kimmy and them got drywall. And why are orders coming in and the drywall ain't up? Where you gonna put it? Like, it's just gonna be dusty and nasty? Don't you have to clean it? I'm just saying. Y'all be staging shit and it looks stupid. Whose idea was that, Tisha? Was that yours to bring some chairs in a dusty ass construction site? You standing on business now. Shout out to King Harris. Stormy asked her how were things since the barbecue, and we know she don't want to talk about that. You know, here we go again. But like Kimmy told you, people were there when the situation happened, so you're gonna have to talk about it. I personally think she handled this particular situation quite well. Stormy. Okay, so this is what I think about Stormy. Stormy is in her feelings really about the whole situation with the website. And I ain't gonna lie, I would feel away too, because I would feel like, girl, you could have asked me that, but now you're gonna go behind my back and do some sneaky shit. Like, it makes me wonder, like, how really sneaky you are, because you got busted, and yeah, that's weird. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just weird. Anyway, I feel like Stormy's really in her feelings about that, so she's going over there to poke and prod a little bit so she can get around to what's really tea. Because for somebody who says you want to be my friend, like, you certainly be bringing up shit that not gonna put me in a great mood. Kind of like, you know, a thorn in my side. And I'm, you know, Courtney is perfect. Apparently Courtney does no wrong, so she not worried about that. And so she'll go pick and prod into other people's situation. You know, and I like Courtney. I'm just saying, I think it's not nice to attack people when it relates to their family and their relationship. And you went right straight in there and straight to it. And you trying to stand on this. I came here to be the peacemaker for Kiki. Well, Kiki don't need that. They said they've been fighting their whole life, girl. Stop. She asked her about the whole, you know, situation at the barbecue. And Tisha was like, I'm good. You know, me and my girls, we went to Vegas. It was somebody's, you know, 40th birthday party. So we got together, some of my friends from college, and went on a trip to Vegas. And so Stormy asked her, like, if they talked. Has she talked? And Tisha's like, talk to who? And Stormy's like, Kiki. No, we haven't talked. What am I talking to her for? Listen, the last time you seen me and Kiki in the same space, Kiki was slapping a whole glass of something liquidy all over me, drenched me, because I decided I wasn't talking to her right then. We were mad about some things that's none of your damn business. And so I decided to ignore her ass. And she decided to get crazy, you know, and confront me on some shit when she could have just sat her ass down and enjoyed the barbecue like everybody else was. Anyway, we were all there when that happened. Have I talked to her? No, I have not. Stop doing that. They need this break. They need to not talk to each other. And I'm so tired of people like trying to decide when it's time for you to heal. They haven't talked to each other. I'm going to take it upon myself to bring these two people together that have tension, and then so they can talk. And that's kind of crazy, because I feel like they can decide when it's time, when, you know, they're comfortable with that. If they've been doing it their whole lives, maybe it's time for them to stop. They're grown as hell. And when you have real grown, you know, grown ass shit to do, inviting somebody in that's going to cause you stress and tension and, you know, have a bitch so upset she want to slap a glass in my face, like, we don't need to talk. And maybe it's better that way. We've been trying our whole life. Stormy, who are you? Everybody always talking about they want to move forward. Maybe forward is separate. I'm just saying, I'm not here for the conversation, especially not just yet. You just had this, you know, incident happen, girl. I went on vacation with my friends so I could forget about that nonsense. Okay, Stormy. Tisha said she ain't fooling with her, you know, and was like, just like when you said your friend, you know, was in a similar situation as Kiki, and you had to, have your distance. You had to separate. And Stormy seems to think that's not the same thing. She said, well, Kiki's in recovery. And Tisha said, no, she isn't. Not based on what I see. I can't say I've seen her doing any drugs. However, she's definitely behaving the way she did before when she was on drugs. Now, I don't know if Kiki what's she doing over there? She's definitely been acting strange. And if you could say you were not on drugs and you slapped a cup in somebody's face for not speaking to you, then you need some kind of help. Something is wrong. Tisha was there when Kiki was exercising this behavior. You were not, Stormy. So I just feel like let's just get out of that. Just stay out of it. I don't know what's going on with them. Whatever it is, ain't good. And when you start talking about people being on drugs and things like that, see, if y'all leave her alone, she'll stop saying that. And I mean, I can't say I'm mad at her because Kiki is acting crazy. She's acting a little different. Now, she can take a piss test all she wants. We all know all she needed was 72 hours to make sure that everything was all in the clear. Kiki knew that she was getting ready to film on what day she was going to be filming on. So I don't think that was hard. And like I said, I ain't saying she is, I ain't saying she ain't. I'm just saying her behavior is a little off. And I'm not gonna let somebody tell me that I don't see what I actually see. Stormy decided to leave it alone. She could see where obviously this is not gonna be my ministry. So let me stay out of that business because I'm really over here to get into my own business. So now she's picking. Did Marcel go on the trip with you? Why? Why would Marcel be on a trip with her college friends for her friend's 40th birthday? No, he did not. Marcel went on a bachelor's trip because their partner is about to get married. And so they went on a trip to Colombia. And Stormy's like, Colombia? Oh my God, that's like a brothel place. Maybe. Look here. Good. Keep the bullshit over there. Just like what's the name's husband over there on Housewives of New York, Jessel's husband, flying over to Vietnam. Keep the shit over there, not in Huntsville. Stormy. Keep Tisha. Oh, really? Is it? Yeah, it is. It's prostitution is legal. So I'm not saying that's what they're doing over there, but I'm saying, yeah, that's kind of a thing over there. So, ciao. But again, Stormy, if you're trying to be friends with this girl, because I don't know how many more times we can all say that we're tired of this narrative of Marcel cheating. Okay. If he's cheating in Colombia, I guess we'll never know about it now, will we? I'm just saying. Nor do we care. I feel like we say that all the time. I mean, at this point, we've established that we all know Tisha ain't going nowhere. Nobody really even wants her to. So, girl, if that's what you want to do it. You living your best life because every time some shit pop off, you be like, I'm good, we good, everything's good. But you was crying on the people's pussy steamer last week. Right after Stormy insults her husband by saying he's over in Colombia, visiting brothels. She then says she thinks they should go on a double date. And Tisha's concerned. She's like, ain't Courtney mad, like in his feelings about, Marcel? Are they not on best of terms? Straight up, she's not worried about it. She thinks that a double date seems like a great idea with two people that we don't really care for. But anyway, she asked Tisha, how this is what she came for now. She asked her, how's the girl's hair care product going? Tisha was ready. It's good. It's doing good. See, when the shit gets, when the shit gets a little heated around Tisha, she starts saying like it's doing good. Things are good. Everything's fine. Things are good. That's when you need to pay attention to what she really talking about. So Stormy brings up the website situation, and it's kind of crazy because Tisha won't own up to it, and that's so silly. Like, Her and Marcel are always talking to us like we ain't watching what's going on, or like we're done, or we're not. She said she hadn't been very hands-on in the situation. She was hands-on when she was in that lady's kitchen over there pushing out labels out of that Joann's fabric label maker. But now all of a sudden she's not very hands-on. So she had her team. So it wasn't her, it was her team that was responsible for the, glitch in the whole website situation. I want to know, where's her team? I've never seen them. I haven't seen her with a team anywhere. I've seen her at the lady's kitchen with the poster taped to the refrigerator, and they were like stuffing shampoo bottles in mailing envelopes. I saw that. I saw her hands all over that. So I don't usually receive my shampoo or, my hair care products in a mailing envelope. Most of the time, it comes like bubble wrapped in a box. When you went over to Stormy's warehouse, I feel like we've seen those people over at the warehouse putting the products in boxes and not in mailing envelopes. So anybody that would put hair care products in mailing envelopes would probably copy and paste somebody's website information. And I mean, come on, you won't cop to it. When Stormy asked you, like, y'all think you owe me an apology? And she's like, in her feelings, like, I hired people to do this and they didn't do their job. So maybe you should be getting an apology from the web designer, but that's not what I do. We're not doing that. And I was like, oh, girl, you know you're wrong, though. It's funny when people be mad at you for catching them in a lie. I mean, the web designer guy is representing you. Stormy don't know him. And you ain't gonna get me to believe that if you hire a web design company, of all the products they could find to steal from, they're gonna pick Canvas Beauty. Not that there's anything wrong with it. I just feel like what a coincidence that happens to be. Why not L'Oreal or African Pride, as somebody that's been around, you know what I'm saying? It just sounds stupid, Tisha. Y'all be thinking we stupid. Y'all want us to not believe the shit we actually see. And I never understand people like that. Like, I'm looking at the evidence, nigga. What you want me to say? It wasn't me. That's not my back. Okay. I feel like this is why Tisha needs a break, because she never wants to take accountability for anything. Didn't Marcel once say that about Mel? Seems like it's over here in your own household. It's the accountability needs to be handled. Not saying that Mel has not taken accountability for some things. I'm like, but Tisha got it bad. She had a whole outright attitude with somebody that you did wrong, girl. Maybe we could discuss it at some other time on a double date. You know what I'm saying? So Chris goes to talk to Nell. It's so weird because I feel like, I guess, was he wearing that when his son was over there? I guess he did have on that pink suit. So I guess after he talked to his son, he went straight over there to Nell's daycare. And they were discussing, he just wanted to let her know like how the conversation went with Chris Jr., because Chris Jr. has not been contacting his mother. Ever since the dinner, he bounced. And, as soon as Chris brought up their son, she went straight in go mode. She went straight in defense because da 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 da. Yeah. I mean, Chris is spoiled. That much is true. He's also depressed. I think he can be both things. His father is just much easier to talk to. And if somebody's going through something, obviously, if he's getting arrested and things of that nature, like she reacted the same way I did. When she said, when he said he was driving around or somewhere at 2:00 in the morning, and Chris said he didn't hear what this nigga said. And so now I know it's not just me because you were sitting right there. Anyway, Him driving around at 2 o'clock in the morning, probably smoking weed. I'm gonna just throw that out there. I'm not judging. I'm just saying that's probably what it is. He got tattoos all over. He got the Tweedles, dread situation in his hair. He could be coming, from anywhere and be a very good kid, but you just asking for trouble, like she said, and that's when the police get involved. We are in Alabama, you know what I'm saying? So he's putting himself in a situation that's not going to work out best for him, and he already been in trouble. That's where her frustration is. She can't, and I can't say she can't because she is who she is, but if she expects her kids to come to her with things, she can't react that way. And so, and you're supposed to be a counselor. I feel like you know that. That's why I said sometimes the counselors need to get some counseling because, and I mean, eventually she backs down because when she's hearing, the behavior and him saying he can't sleep and him driving around all night, now the concern part of her, appears. Sidebar, she looks so adorable. I couldn't tell if that was a wig or not, but it had a natural texture to it. And I did not know she had freckles. She just looks so cute in her natural state. Anyway, she backs down. She's like, if this boy is going to go to therapy, he ain't got to worry about the money, and I won't bring that shit up, but he does need to get some help. And I mean, we know it wasn't about the money anyway. It's the principle of the thing. She's looking at it like you can't just be doing stuff and think I'm going to keep paying for it. That's a lot of money. And we still don't know what he did. He might still be, they said they got him out of jail. They didn't say they got him out of trouble. So we don't even know what's still even happening with that. So Kimmy and Mel and Tisha go get a pedicure. I really don't even like this interaction. It's so fake. Like y'all keep making up things. Y'all go work out together and y'all are going to do nails together, I guess, because y'all really don't hang out together like that. That's apparent. Kimmy asked Tisha if she told Marcel about the pregnancy test, and Tisha's like, no, she ain't told him yet. This is the thing about that. That's why I know Tisha and Marcel are full of shit. If I thought something was wrong with me and my husband had a vasectomy, I wouldn't think to take no daggone pregnancy test. I would think to go to the doctor and find out what's wrong. That's it. That's all. Me being pregnant would not be at the top of my list of things to do. So you are full of shit because your response to what your body is telling you. She didn't say she missed her period. Did she miss her period? Because she didn't say that. She said she ain't been feeling good and she gaining weight. Okay. Girl, there's other signs, the very important ones that you didn't bring up. She didn't say, I'm really late. Like my period should have been here 2 weeks ago. She never said that. She never said that. She's a little bit pudgy because she's been flying to Vegas, hanging out with her friends, and probably stressed out because she's married to Marceau, and that must keep you in a constant state of stress. I'm just saying. So that's why I know she's on bullshit because we playing this pregnancy test game and it's annoying as hell. Kimmy ain't no better. I remember when I used to like Kimmy, but the way she's moving right now is making me see her very differently. I don't want to say I don't like her. I'm sure she's very nice, but she's just disappointing in the way she's handling things. It's just fake as fuck. Y'all making me cuss over here too much. I hear that's a problem at YouTube, but sometimes you just gotta say it the way you're feeling it. And that's how I'm feeling. Kimmy is fake as fuck. Kimmy confronts Mel about not being invited to her name change ceremony. Mel sat there smiling at her and pretty much was like, in her very Southern Belle voice, Mel says she don't mess with y'all like that. Bottom line is she was like, this was like a very intimate thing, very important to her, obviously. At first, I'm like, name change ceremony, but then after seeing it, I feel differently about it, especially because she was ridding herself of Martell's ass. Who's y'all's friend? Which is why I'm not having any of you. Because if she said she didn't want to make it into a thing, if I ask Kimmy, then I gotta ask Maurice. And if don't ask Tisha and Marceau, that's gonna be a thing. That ain't the energy I wanted at my name change ceremony. All of y'all are friends with Martell. So Kimmy, you should understand why you weren't asked to go to this. So stop it. Then Kimmy immediately changes, into, well, she didn't change. She kind of merged into this conversation about not having the same last name as your children. And to take it a step further, she wants to bring the entire African American community into this whack ass conversation that somehow Mel not having the same last name as her children makes people think of her as a baby mama rather than a wife. So we're talking about two different things. She's a mother to her children, whose last name they have is their father, because that's traditionally the way it goes. Baby mama, wife, this is not the same conversation, Kimmy. Now you're bringing all these stereotypes into it. This is why you weren't invited, because this is the shit you do. And then you start talking about what a good father Martell and stuff is. And that's not what this was, Kimmy. This wasn't the party that you were supposed to be at. That's it. That's all. And that's how Mel was just looking at her like, bitch, why nobody trying to do all that? Mel, she invited Nell and Chris Fletcher, who they actually, her relationship with Nell is they ain't never fell out. There's no drama. So there was no reason. And that little conversation Nell brought up, Mel knew what it was. Production said bring it up, and they ran through it right quick, and that's not what the party was about anyway. So I still say Mel has businesses. She's building an empire. She don't want none of her shit to be named Halt, and I don't blame her. Kimmy, what are you doing over there waiting on Maurice to put the microwave up? How do you put my microwave up? Take it out of the box and plug it in. I feel like talking about. Mel is in, while Tisha's on the other side of Kimmy, she's like, yeah, last time I seen you were shutting down. You don't want to have no parts of that conversation. She's just like, yeah, I'm sorry. Kimmy told me that you thought it might be about you, but it wasn't about you. It was just about, the whole thing in general. And Mel was like, no, I feel like it was about me. Like, I mean, I'm just saying, like, you were really willing to listen to other people's suggestions, but when it came to me, you weren't very open to hear my suggestions. But it's cool. I accept your apology. We good now. I'm just saying, you were treating me different. Kimmy's very proud of herself. Boy, you know who needs a celebration is Kimmy and Stormy. They are like the friend menders of all times. Kimmy's so happy that she's done such a great job, like making sure that these ladies, especially the ladies of the original six, can get together and do these things, like have these fake ass conversations over at the nail salon. I guess, like, if I got to get my pedicure, I might as well sit there and film and get paid for it. It wasn't the hardest thing in the world to do. And, whether or not Tisha's feelings get hurt, I suppose I don't care. They got each other. They're the Scotts, and the Scotts stand strong together no matter what. Kimmy asked, so are y'all following each other back on social media? No, we're not. No, we're not. We blocked, girl. We so blocked we can't even scroll far enough to find out each other's names. And I took from that Mel is obviously the one that blocked Tisha because she doesn't care to be bothered to do no scrolling. And Tisha has blocked so many people because y'all be hating on her so hard. It's just not worth it. It's just not worth it. So no, we're not friends, Kimmy. We don't want to look at each other's timeline. How about that? So this double date with Courtney and Stormy and the Scotts. They're at a pool date. Stormy is in her best gangster. She came there. She mad. She just thought about the thing. She was like, I don't like this bitch. She over here trying to play in my face. I was over there trying to get her to say sorry because she stole my shit. And she wouldn't say she's sorry. Both of them be playing. I'm about to show them. That's how she came in there. I was like, what happened? What happened? You mad now? I thought we were making peace with each other, but she does not seem very peaceful. And Courtney is down, his energy is Stormy's energy. So that's what it's gonna be. The Scots finally show up. They're an hour and a half late. That's rude. Tisha's hair looks cute though. Maybe that's what took so long. Tisha had to get her little crinkles in, but she was looking real cute. Her wig was real cute. Tisha's hair has definitely improved. She was, real goddessy over there. They start playing pool, the guys do. Um, Marcel brought up, how he felt like Courtney was mad, and Courtney was like, I wasn't mad. It was just like when we were at the expo thing, and Courtney's like, town hall meeting thing. Girl, we was at the town hall meeting. You called me Mr. Steele, and I didn't like it. And Marcel's like, you didn't have any problems when your wife kept calling me a bitch like 10 times. So, we all have those days where we agree with what Marcel is saying. And Marcel doesn't like being called a bitch. Most people don't. Stormy is over here acting like, first of all, she's just so gangster because Courtney is there. Her whole demeanor is different. She came over her and Tisha was like, when they met up at the construction site, they were like, ooh, girl, look at you. You look cute. Now she's sitting up there like with her chin back, like, yeah, yeah. All this big bad bully energy. It's so ridiculous that Stormy is sitting up here defending herself for calling him a bitch. Just because his response was like, yeah, I'm a big bitch, that doesn't mean he liked it. That means he was talking shit right back at you because he's got to be careful what he says to you. If he would have said, if I'm a bitch, you a bitch, then people would have been appalled and clutching their pearls because he's not allowed to say that. And you really shouldn't be allowed to say it either. As much as I think he's a bitch, I would never be calling this man a bitch to his face. It's so unnecessary. And you keep doing it repeatedly. And then you say you want to be friends with Tisha, but you keep calling her husband a bitch. So where are you really coming from, Stormy? I'm just saying. She was like, you shouldn't. He was like, I called Courtney Mr. Steele to get my get back because I couldn't say what I wanted to say to you. So he had to catch that one. Well, now that's some bitch shit too. Girl. He was like, check it out. Next time you say some crazy stuff, instead of me saying something to Courtney, I'll just ignore you. And she goes, no, don't ignore me. That's why she meaning Tisha, got a drink thrown in her face. That's why, because Tisha's like, that's my fault. No, I'm just saying, that's why it happened. It shouldn't have happened. Stormy, that's the kind of stuff people on drugs do. That's why the people think she over here engaging because she's out of control. But no, you don't want to just talk about that because she's recovering. No, Kiki's bugging. That's why. That's why she got hit in the face with a drink because Kiki is off one. We don't know what she off, but she was off that night. That night she was all the way off. Marcel was wearing Stormy's ass out. She couldn't even handle it. He was like, you said in your culture that calling people bitch is normal. But for me, I'm not interested in learning no new cultures. Well, in that point, she's in her feelings. She just, couldn't take that, So Stormy walks out. She's done. She's tired of these people. They think they're somebody. They ain't nobody. They think they somebody, child. No, they ain't. That's what she said. She said they ain't nobody. Anyway, she packed up her little pool cue, left Courtney in there to finish the game. Like, I got business to do. Tisha, she do have business to do. I'm just saying, if we wasting time with y'all over here trying to act like y'all don't know what's what. I think Tisha was wrong in not apologizing to Stormy. Marcel was not wrong. You called that man a bitch several times, and it was over $100. Like, that shit was over with. So you the one to keep dragging it, and it's making you look kind of crazy. Anyway, that's it for this week. Next week, Kimmy is ambushing Maurice with a sex therapist. I swear, if we got 5 more times to talk about Kimmy and her sex, I don't know what I'm going to do with myself. They going to Houston. We finally get to this Houston party, vacation, whatever. I'm glad. I'm glad we got something to do besides stand at these people's construction sites and pretend like business is happening. Anyway, Chris is over here taking jabs at Martell about Mel not having his last name no more. And as the way Martell acted about getting out of that house, I feel like Chris should take every jab that he can get at Martell. Get him and keep on getting him until, his head explodes. Maybe his little eye situation will boop, right back out. I don't know. I don't know what happens when you get all like tense up in the head. And then, of course, Tisha and Marcel are going to waste our time talking about a pregnancy test. So, y'all, that was 11 Marriage Huntsville. Go ahead and like the video, subscribe to my channel. We'll be back to talk about some more stuff. Bye, y'all.